Dictionary is a collection of keys and values. Dictionary is a collection of a key and value, where key and value is separated by a colon operator, right? The pair of key and value, sorry, the pair of key and value is called as what? Items, you can tell it, right? Items, you can tell it. These items are separated by the comma operator. Like this, the items will be there. These items are separated by which operator? Comma operator. This all things are enclosed with the flower bracket. Understood? Shall I repeat it one more time? Dictionary is a collection of key and value, where key and value is separated by the colon operator. Both key and value pair is called as what? Items, where items are separated by the comma operator, and all these items are enclosed within the flower bracket is called as dictionary. Is that okay? Easy peasy. How do you create an empty dictionary? Empty dictionary can be created by D is equals to dict dict or D is equals to flower bracket. Thus both the things are available for what? Dict. This doesn't support indexing. Dictionary don't have the indexing list. Instead of indexing, what do you have it? You have key. Key is different, indexing is different. In next pointer you can write it down. No indexing. No index. No index. Okay? Other point you should write down. Key should be unique. Key should be what? Unique. Key should be what? Keys should be what? Unique. Okay? And values can be a heterogeneous of collection. Values can be a heterogeneous. Okay, or else you can write down to be a heterogeneous, it should be packed up. Is equals to like this. This is how you create the empty dictionary. Not like this. With a no ball. Type of D. Right? Type of D if you tell it dictionary. And or else you can tell it as D is equals to dict, you can tell it. Right? Like this. Type of D if you tell it like this. And you have it like this. Okay? Okay. And what is this keys and values? Okay, pairs of keys and values. For example, D is equals to key. Key it might be anything. 5 it can be like this. 5 I can write like this. F5VE. Right? Like this. This is the 5 is a key and 5 is a value. If I want to access that one, I want to access like this. 5 of. This is not indexing. This is a key. Key value it is. This is how you're gonna be accessing it. And here the key should not be duplicate. Okay, for example, like this 5 colon, and if I tell like this FIVE 5. I know when you have a duplicate key, it will be like this. The recently update. And coming out here, can I have like a collection of multiple datas? For example, like this, I'll tell it FIVE, I will tell it, or I'll just tell us FIVE, I will tell it, right? I'll tell us like this, right? I'll get it what? Syntax error, invalid syntax, I'll get it. Why? I can have a multiple data, but it should be enclosed within what? List. It should be enclosed within list, or it should be enclosed within tuple. It should be enclosed within tuple. Should be enclosed within tuple, or else it should enclose within what? String itself. It should be enclosed within, right? It can have multiple data, but it should be enclosed within list or tuple or this one. What is that? Set, right? You can have a dictionary inside a dictionary also. I told you today I will be doing a big diagram, right? So converting all these things. Yes or no, guys? I'll show that diagram also. Okay? I'll show that. You can also have a heterogeneous type of data. Oh, no problem with that. I can have it like this, 5, 5.0, right? All those things I can have it. No problem with that. Okay? I can have it. We'll understand the block diagram. Okay, I will just mention the functionalities first. I mean, like for writing purpose, I'll just tell us dir of dict tell it, right? Dir of dict tell. Look on here. These are all the functionalities you have it, right? So you will be having key and values. That's the reason keys and values operations will be there, right? So till here it is what all the things are called as what magic function till here, right? You have it something like this. You write on like this for adding a element. For adding element. Write on like this for adding element. Set default and update. Write on together. Set default and update. Set default and update. First to write on set default update. set default, update. First two, set default and update. You write down like this, dictionary, set default, set default. Second one is update for adding element. Third one is removing the element. For removing the element from the like dictionary, you have pop item, clear. Pop item, clear. Right on. Pop. Fourth one, pop item, and fifth one is clear. Clear, you know about it, right? You know about the clear also, right? Okay. Then extra functionalities you have it. You can tell it as you can tell it as pop item is done. You can come across items, keys, and values. Right on this one. If you want to get the keys, you tell us keys. If you want to get the values, you can get the values. If you want to get the items, you can get the items. These three things will be the extra functionalities. Sixth, seventh, keys. Seventh one, values. And eighth one, items. Eighth one is items, right? Keys, values, and items. Okay. Other one is you can tell it as get, and get you can use it. Get also you can use it. And copy is nothing but shallow copy. Get. Last one you use it what? Ninth one. Ninth one. Wait. Ninth one. Get. And tenth one is copy. Copy in the sense what? Shallow copy and deep copy. That's it. Right. Hello. Done. Now what we need to do is there is a dictionary, right? There is a dictionary now. I want to add an element, right? How do I add an element now? You have two functionalities. One is set default, other one is update. Both are used to add the element is both functionalities also used to add the element, but there will be slight difference, right? Whenever you discuss about some functionalities, there will be some slight difference onto it. So what is the difference? If you know about it, that will be great for us, right? Now first one you write down, first one, update you write down, update. First one write down, update. What is the use of update? For example, I am telling like this case. A is equals to, or else B is equals to, I am opening the dictionary now. B dot update, I will tell it. Update, for update, I want to pass the one single parameter, I guess, or else I will pass it like this. For example, 5 I will pass it and I will show you for you. FIVE, 5 I will tell it. Why sir is taking 5 itself, right? It is telling me, it is giving me a beautiful slab, telling that update expected at most one argument, but two were given. Update is receiving the arguments in the form of dictionary only, guys. How it will be in the form of dictionary? It should be with a colon and it should be with the flower bracket. That is what the things it is receiving it. The parameters you should pass it in the form of what? Dictionary itself. Both key and value you need to pass it. Now it will tell us D now. Look on here, 5 is getting updated now. Update itself will tell that it is used to update the keys. You update the value, whatever it is, right? For example, it is actually designed it for this one. Guys, I will just tell us 5 will tell it, FIVE I will tell it. Now what will happen now? It will not create a new key now. What will happen now? It will update the already present key. Now what do you learn from this both things, guys? What do you learn from this both thing? The update function is used to add an element also as well as the update element also. In simple words, you can tell it something like this, guys. Update function is used to add an element. If the key is there, it will. If the key is not there in my dictionary, it will add the element at the last of the dictionary. If key is already present, it will update the particular key. For example, I will also tell one more time. For example, I'll just tell it as 4 now. I'll tell it as like 4 now. 4 is not there in the dictionary. FOUR 4 I will tell it. I'll enter this. I'll tell it as D now. Where 4 is added now? 4 is added at the last. Why it is added at the last? Because there is no key called as 4. If the 4 key is not there, it will add the element at the end of the dictionary. For example, if the 4 is already there, if the 4 is already there, FOUR, I will tell it. 4 is already there, it will update the key. If the key is present, it will update it. If the key is not present, it will add the element at the last of the dictionary. Understood? Understood, guys? So, in fact, update is used to add the element or else update the particular key. Done update. Other one is you have something called as set default. Set default. What is the set default? D dot, I'll just set as set default default ultimate. Right? Now you can pass it key and a default. Default, it is not none. I'll tell you what is this is. Can we add multiple element? Of course we can add multiple element, right? We can add multiple element also. For example, I'll just set as 4, comma 4.0, comma I'll just set as like this FOUR4, I'll tell as 4. I'll just set as star also I can tell it. Star also I can tell it, right? But what you need to remember, if I enter this, pakka 100% I'll get an error. What is the error? Syntactical error. I'll get it. Why I'm getting syntactical error? Because I have multiple data in my values. If you have a multiple data in my values, what I need to do it, guys? I want to enclose with the least tuple or dictionary, whatever it is. I'll enter this. Now this is nothing but what 4 is updated by this many values. Done. I have something called as set default. I have it. Set default. I have it. Set default in the sense what? In the name itself, it is telling that. What is the set default in the sense? Something is default, right? Something is default. You can think about it. I'll let us set default. Set default. Now I'll pass a key called as one. I will pass it. I'll only pass one now. What will happen now? What will happen in the set default? Or else I will pass it like this 1 comma in the values I'll pass it one. I'll pass it like this. I'll enter this. It is returning what values it is returning it. Set default, it is returning values. If I check it out the dictionary, if I enter this, 1 is added to the element. Set default is also adding the element, 1 is also adding the element. What's the difference now? For example, one more thing I'll tell you. I'll just tell it as 1 I will tell it. And I'll enter this. It is returning what? I am passing uppercase, it is returning what? Lowercase. That means it is not updating the value. Sarno? Sarno, what is the conclusion you got to know about it now? What is the conclusion you got it now? By using a set default, guys, you can add an element at only one shot. If you are trying to add an element one more time with the same key, it will tell that the key is already present as if it will return its old values. If you try to add new value to that particular key, it will return its old values, stating that the value is already present. You cannot change the values. By if you use the update thing, what happens now? Like you have a old value here. You have updated this one. Unfortunately, you have updated it, right? If the key is already present, you should not to update it. If the key is already present, you should not to update it. It should not to become updated. At that time, I'll go for what set default, so that I will not lose my values. In fact, if I want to add a new key, I will always go for set default. In fact, if I want to add any time to the new keys, if I want to add it to a dictionary, I will go for what set default. Why? Because if the key is already present, what will happen? If I use the update, it will update my already present key. Whereas here, it will not update it. At that time, I'll get to know, okay, the key is already there. I will change my key now. Hai. Only if you want to update that particular key, at that time, I'll go for the set update, d.update. Now one more thing is there, guys. Okay, so I'll just tell it as using the set default. I'll just tell it as set default default. I'll tell it, and I will tell it as 2 now. I will tell it. I'll not pass the values. I'll only pass the one parameter. I'll enter this one now. What will happen to this one now? If I tell it as d, the default value of the values will be what? None. I can also pass the key without values, and the values will take it as what? None. None means nothing. Understood so much? Wanna repeat it or understood? Understood? You got a difference between update and set default. That is what I wanted it. In update, you will pass the parameter as a dictionary. Okay. In the update, I pass the value as a dictionary. Whereas in the set default, I'll pass it as value separate and key separate and value separate. First one is key, other one is value. In the set default, in the update, what happens? In the update, if the key is already present, it will update the particular key. If the key is all not present, it will add the element. It acts like adding the element. It will act, in fact it will act like both adding element also, it will act like updating the particular key also. For both the reason it will act it. But set default, what will happen? Set default, if the key is already present, it will return its value, the older value, setting that the value is already present, so that there will be no overridden of memory, or you will not lose the old values, right? If the value is not, if the key is not present, it will try to add the element at the end of the dictionary, right? These are all the things which you need to know about it, right? Now here you can also pass something like this, guys. You can also pass something like this. Without the values also, you can pass the keys. When you pass like this, the default value of the key will be what? None. It will be pointing to nothing. Later on in your future, you can update this too. For example, if I tell us like d dot update, update, which one you want to update it to? I want to update it, right? To colon, I'll just tell it as TWO, two, I'll tell it. And this should be what? In the form for dictionary. It should be in the form for dictionary. Take like this. And I'll tell us like get updated by, right? That is what you need to know about it. Take it on, take it on, take it on.
Sir, should we have to pass only
Yeah.
one pair at a time?
Not actually. You can also pass entire dictionary, in the sense you can also pass it, I guess, like this. Also, you can pass it. For example, I'll just set as like six. I'll pass it SIX6. I'll pass it. And then enter this. You can tell it as like this. Okay? Like this also can pass. Update is used to update the current key also, or else to add a new key also. You can tell it. You cannot tell like that. Update is used to update a already present key, as well as to add an element at the end of the dictionary also. You can tell it. Where I can use a default, Sahana?
Sir, D dot update 2 is to 2.
To set default where I cannot use it. Inside the parameter you're telling.
Sir, you have used the D dot update 2 is to 2, no, sir, in
2 is
last
to
third
this one.
line. Ha, that one.
This one. Yeah?
Instead of update, can we use set default? It will also add the value, no, sir.
Set default I cannot use it. No, 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 no. It will not have, because it has been added none already. It has been added none, right? So once it is done, done. You cannot change the values by using a set default. Only at the first time you can have values. Second time, no, you cannot add it. Okay,
Yes, sir, thank you.
got it. Can I use this one? Can I use? I don't think so. We can use it because, like you have it something like this. Like you have a three parameters, right? But it is expecting one parameter. Sorry, two parameters. You look on here, set default expected two arguments, and you got what? Three arguments. But I hope so. You can use it something like this. You can put it in this order. I hope so, right? This one is fine, no problem, right? You can use it like this. Okay, this is one parameter. Now this is the second parameter. Now if I use it D for 8, you are using 99990, like that. We can use it. Okay.
Hello. Sir, we have
Yeah.
to put it in another value for showing that zero in this output.
I didn't get it. What? Zero?
So in the above argument, we added 890, and in another set default,
Right.
we added that value in 9 bracket 0. So that's why it is showing the output 90.
Right. Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Correct. Look on here. Set default has two arguments. How many arguments I'm passing here? Two arguments I'm passing it here. That is what it is telling it. Set default expected to at most 2 arguments, and you got how much? 3. You cannot have a 3. Now what I did, I made it 2. One is key, other one is value. This is the value I have made it. Value in the form of what? List. You can add a value in the form of list, and this become a key. This will act like a key, and this will act like a values. That is what exactly it is happening here. Look on here. This is a key, and 990 is a value for the key. Like that is. Okay. Okay. Shall I go for the next one? How to remove the elements, right? So how to remove the elements? I hope so. It will be finished soon. Where it is, where it is, where it is, where it is. I didn't open that. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, oh, everything got erased, right? Fine, no problem. Okay, no problem, no problem, no problem. Okay, so how do I remove the element? Oh, I added the element. I want to remove the element also. Shall I do the block diagram, guys? No, at least now. At least now, shall I do the block diagram? I don't know. I want to finish that block diagram once. Shall I? Shall I? Shall I? Shall I? Shall I? Please, please, please. Because if I remove that now, again I want to do the block diagram. Again I want to check out the data. I will just draw the block diagram for this one, right? And later on, I will tell you to do the block diagram for other things also. How the block diagram of this one will be there, right? Look on here, guys. There are like 3 methods. You have 3 functions. Okay. One is keys, value sign. What is that? Keys, value sign, items. For example, if I want to get the keys of the dictionary, I'll just as keys. I'll use it. I'll get all the keys. If I want to get the all the values, d dot values, I'll get it. Values. I'll get the all the values. If I want to get the items, d dot items, I'll tell it. Right? I'll get the items, pair of items. But these 3 things will be in the form of what? Dictionary. Sorry, in the form of in the dictionary type itself, it will be there. For example, if I tell you like this, right? If I tell a key, k equals 2, I'll show it. And I will tell like type of k if I tell it. Type of k if I tell it, it will be in the form of dictionary keys. Same thing, values I'll tell it. Value is equals to d dot values I'll tell it. Right? Values I'll tell it. I'll enter this. And if I tell it as value, it will be like this. And if I tell as I is equals to items, I'll tell it. D dot items, I'll tell it. D dot items, I'll tell it. Right? And if I tell it as items, yeah, I will tell it. Right? So much things I have it. Now, for example, key I have it, values I have it, items also I have it. I cannot access this one, guys. Now I want to convert it. To access this, I want to convert it, right? Now what I'm gonna do is now k is equals to, I'll convert it into list now. List of k I will tell it. Look on here, guys. Now k is converted now. Now what is the use of getting this data? The keys element. What is the use of this getting this key element is? It's really simple, guys. If I tell d entire things, I will get it. Now what happens is I can use it d of k of 0, I can use it. K of 0 I can use it like this. I use it like this, I'll get it 5 now. Look on this, guys. In k of 0, what I have it? 5 I have it. I'll get it 5 as an answer. It is as same as d of 5. And remember, this dictionary doesn't have an indexing, right? With the help of this, I can write a program simple like this. I'll tell about this in near future. For I in range of length of k, if I tell it, length of k, I will tell it, and put a colon, and I will tell it as d of k of I will tell it. And I can access entire data, I can access it. Look on here, 5, 5, 1, 2, 6, 9, 0. All the values I can access it. If I get to know the keys, I'll get it all the values also, I can get it. Understood what I did it here? Understood. Where k of I has all the keys of the dictionary. The keys will be different, right? It is not an indexing. Keys will be different. If I get the keys over here in the form of indexing, I can act like this one as an indexing. I will treat it as an indexing, right? You got this whole picture? I know it was a weird thing, but later on also I'll use this. Understood, right? What is I am telling it? Simple thing. The 3 things I have: keys, values, and items. If I want to get a keys. If I want to get the items. If I want to get the values. It will be in the form of dictionary, right? I want to convert it. I'll get it into the list. It is easy to convert it into list. So I'll be having a list. With the help of list, what I can use it, I can access the indexing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what is the uniqueness of this one? I can put it in a d of k of 0. I can put k of 0, k of 1, k of 2. Instead of putting k of 0, k of 1, I put it as I. I varies from 0 to length of the k. And I'm putting it here. So it will get the keys, key elements I will get it, and I'm giving the dictionary, and dictionary will get all the values. That's what the simple thing is. Done. Now you have something called as dictionary, means you have keys and values. Key you have it, and values you have it. What are the keys you have it? You know that 5 you have it, key as a 5. You have 4 you have it. You have 1 you have it. You have 1 you have it, and you have what? 2 you have it, 6 you have it, 8 you have it. 2 you have it, 6 you have it, 8 you have it. This is how the keys are there. This is what the dictionary is. And this is what the dictionary is. Right? Key value. Right? And if I put this one, I'll put up inside the block now. This one I'll put it inside the block. This one has an address. I'll just tell us 1000. That is what the 1000 is nothing but D. D of 5, if I go to here, D of 5, it is pointing to a string object. For the string object, I'll just set as like this. F I V E 5, I will tell it. I'll just set as like this. F I V E 5. Right? I have for this one, without whole patience, I'm doing this 0, 1, 2, 3, and I will let us like this -1, -2, -3, and -4. And this is the entire object I have it. This is the one of the object. And I will delta as 100, I will tell it. The object address is what? 100. 100 is actually here. And that means it is pointing to here. Right? Now, one more thing I have it, 4 I have it. In the 4, I have something called as list, guys. I have something called as a list object. List object, one is you have 4, you have it. Other one is you have double, you have it, 4.2. I'll just say this one has 200, I will tell it. Instead of this one, I'll just say as 200. For entire address, I'll make it as a blue mark, guys, so that you will get to know about it. 100, 100. Whatever I write in this one, that is nothing but address, guys. Okay. And again, I'll just tell it as 300, I will tell it. And again, I will tell it as like Cara. I wrote carrier. Why did I write char? Okay. Okay. 400, I'll write it. Right? So what I'm gonna do it now? I'm gonna do it like this. Right? So I'll just tell it as 0, 1, 2, 3, and I have it -1, -2, -3, and -4. This is one object, case. Right? This is one object now. What will happen now? This object address you
200.
have it. I will tell it as like 300 or 500. Whatever it is, 500, whatever it is, I'll tell it. I'll just tell it like 500. For 200 also, I didn't wrote it. Okay, 200, I'll write it like this. Right? 200. I'll write it at the last, I'll tell it. Right? This is done now. Now, inside the 200, what do you have it? I have something called as 4, I have it. Four, I have it. 4, you have it. Other one is what you have it. And in the lowercase, you have it. Four, you have it. And you have it. Char, char, you have it. Right? And this is what the string is. This is what the string is. And this is also what it is a string is. And this is what the string is. Right? This is also what the string is. This is also object. This is also object. This is also object is. Right? This is also having index 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, and you have it -1, -2, -3, and -4. Right? You write down neatly 0, 1, 2, 3, and I have it what? -1, -2, -3, -4. 0, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3, and -4. Right? What is the address of this one? This one's address is 200. This one's address is 300. And this one address is 400. Right? And this is pointing to over here. And this is pointing to over here. And this is pointing to over here. Right? And this is pointing to over here. Right? This one data is so much things. Done, done, done? Done, guys?
Sir.
Done?
Yes, sir.
Right? That is what, sir. Confusing? Where it is confusing? Tell me, Puru. Where it is confusing? कहाँ पे confusing हो रहा है? 500. Oh, 500 is list address. देखो लिस्ट का भी एक एड्रेस होगा. देखो यहाँ पे इसका लिस्ट का एड्रेस होगा. लिस्ट ही है ना यहाँ पे. There's a list here. List is an object. Inside a list, I have all these things. There is where 200 this one is passing. Now this is pointing to 500. Inside the 500, I have all these things. Got it? Like that. Right? ये हो गया. Now inside the one, what I have it? Inside the one, I'll just tell it as like I'll just tell it as 500, 600. I will tell it 600. Where it is pointing to now? Now this is pointing to somewhere here like this. 600. One string object is there. What is the string object? Now I'll just tell it as 1. O-N-E-1. I will tell it. Simple thing. I'll use it like this. 0, 1, 2, and I'll use -1, -2, -3. and this is what the object is, right? And this one I'll just set it as 600. I'll tell it this is pointing to 600. So one is pointing to where 600 it is pointing to. Done, 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 done. And 2 you have it, and for 6 you have it, right? 2 and 6. Same thing. I'll tell. I'll create one more object here. Or how do I create it? One more object. I'll just set as 2. I'll tell it TWO2. I'll tell it for 2. I'll just set as 2 like this. This is also one object. I'll create it, and I'll tell as 0, 1, 2, -1, -2, -3. And 6 also I'll create it like this. SIX6 I'll create it, and I'll create these three things: 0, 1, 2, -1, -2, and -3. And this is what the object is, right? And for this address, I'll tell it as like this. What is the address? I'll tell it. This one I'll tell it as 700. This one I'll tell it as 700. This one I'll tell it as 800, right? And this one is 700, and this one is 800, right? This one, what I'll do it now. This is connected to here. This is connected to here, and this one is connected to here. Need to be connected to here, right? This one object. Now eighth one is nothing but what? In 8, what do you have it? You have a list now. 90 you have it, right? I want to create that 90 list. I have it like this, telling that like this, 9 and 0 I have it, 0, 1, and -1 and -2 you have it. This is what the list is. For this a 900 I will tell it. Address is what? 900 I will tell it. This 900 is saved over here, 900, and this address is connected over here, 900. Done. This is what the diagram is. This is what you need to know about it, right? So now, if I tell you anything to access it, you can access it, guys. Anything you can market it. For example, if I want to tell you to get this R, how do you get this R? First, you need to go to D. You go for D. Then, if you want to go to R, means you need to go to this 4. You need to get the key. What is the key element? 4. You will get it. If it allows 4, entire things you will get it. Inside 4, which is the index you need to go? You need to go to 3. Either you can go to 3 or you can go to -1. Either of it. D of 4 or -1 or 3 also you can go it. Now inside 3, which one you need to go at? You need to go for the third index, right? You go for the third index, or else you'll tell us -1. You exactly get this R, right? You can figure out anything over here. You can get it done. This is what the block diagram is. Take it down.
Sir, what if we have another key but the same value? Like if we have any value of 9 is the key and value is 5, capital 5.
Character 5. I didn't get it. Come again.
No, sir. If we have another key which is 9 and the value is capital 5, capital letters of 5, like the fifth
Yeah, we
key
can
value
have.
has.
Values.
Then will the
We can have
both
two
address will be same?
That is one
Will the
thing is
both?
there, right? At the time, yeah, there
Yes,
might
sir.
be a chances that it is pointing to the same address. For example, if I tell us like D, if I tell it, right? D, I will tell it. Now I'll do it now. D dot, I'll just tell it as update, I will tell it. Right? Update, I'll just tell it as like 9, comma, I'll just tell it as 5, I will tell it. FIVE, I will tell it. Right? Update in the sense I want to put it in a colon, right? I'll put it as like this. Right? I'll put it like this. Now D, I have it like this. Now, if I tell it has ID of D of 5, right? ID of D of 5, I'll enter this, and ID of D of 9. If I tell it, wait a second, ID of D of 9. Look on here, this both the things are pointing to the same object. That is the Python's thing,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So if you have a same thing, it will point to the same. If they have a same data, it will point to the same object. Got it? For example, I will add that one also, right? For example, this is also one thing I will add it, right? You have a 9 here. For example, I'm adding here 9. 9 is equal to what I'll add it? FIVE, 5 I will add it. Uppercase, right? If I add it like this, what will happen now? 9 is also pointing to where? This location itself. 9 is also pointing to 100 location itself. This one thing you can have an update now. If in near future, if the object is changed, at the time the address will also be changed. It will point to some other location.
So, but the values inside the list can't be pointing to the same location, sir. Like if we have instead of
Values of the
9
list.
comma 5,
Okay. For example,
if we
like
have
this.
9 comma 4.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
list it
wait.
is for immutable. Okay, for okay, I'll just like this. I'll just set it as like three is not there, right? Three colon. I'll just set it as like this. 9 comma 0 only. I'll write it, right? Comma I'll write it. So if I tell as ID of B of 3, if I tell it, B of 3, I'll tell it, and ID of what is that? 8 of B of 8, right? B of 8, I'll tell it.
Yes, sir.
I'll
DOP.
enter this. This will be different.
And values inside that one also will be
To
different, sir.
understand
Like
this
if
one,
we
guys,
only take
what? Sir, confusing.
even the strings that we take, like
Confusing. No, I'll tell about this. I'll tell. Wait. I don't take. Guys, have you taken down this? Have you taken down this? I will tell about that. What is it, sir? What are you telling, sir? This one, five address, that this. I am not getting, sir. Wait, I will tell you. In the easy way, I will tell you. Thing is, okay. So what is that thing is? I want to tell it at the beginning of the class itself. I haven't told it. If I tell as A is equal to 10, and if I tell as B is equal to 10, this both things are pointing to the same object. For example, if I tell as ID of A and ID of B is the same thing. That means there is only one object called as 10, and both the things are pointing to that one. It is acting like a reference variable. Reference copy, shallow copy, deep copy. This is acting like a reference copy. Okay? Once the value
yes,
of
sir,
B
in
is
copy
changed, that
video
doesn't mean that A
website.
will be getting changed. Right. Like once the value of a B is changed, doesn't mean that A value will be changed. That is what the reference was actually acting like. Here, what happens is B's entire data address will be changed. B will be pointing to some other thing, and A will be still pointing to 10 itself. Only A will be holding to 10 now. Now B has been changed. It's like in one house, two brothers were living, right? Both of them's home were the same home. Once he got married, he's moving on to this other home. That means A is still in old home, and B will be moving to the new home. Got it? Got it. That is what here it is happening, right? To save the memory. That's it, right? And it happens in the like this one also, integer also. Let me go for the float, right? The 0.6 I'll tell it, right? And I'll tell us ID of A, and I'll tell us ID of B. I'll tell it. So, guys, in the float it doesn't happen. ID of A, ID of B is different. In integer it will happen. In float it doesn't happen. Like this, I'll similarly I'll go for the other datas now, right? Now I'll just tell it as A is equals to true. I'll tell it A is equals to what I'll do it, true. I'll tell it true in the sense one, guys. B is equals to true. I'll tell it, right? Now tell me, guys, A and B will happen now. A and B, what will happen now? A and B is pointing the same because it is an integer data itself. True is nothing but integer itself, right? Some simple thing onto it. Now let me go for the string. A is equals to mib. I'll tell string will happen, right? B is equals to mib. I'll tell it A is also MIB, B is also MIB. Now ID of A and ID of B is what? Same thing. Look on here, ID of A and ID of B is same thing. The data is same thing, this is also same thing. Understood so much? Now let me go for the list now. A is equals to 1 comma 2, I'll tell it, and B is equals to, I'll just as 1 comma 2, I'll tell it. Right? At this situation, this is different, yes. I'll tell you why it is different. Because in your future, if one value gets changed, doesn't mean that I want to create, at that time, I don't want to create a new list value. It will become a huge risk for me to create a new data, right? That's the reason I'll be not doing that in the list. Okay. Similarly, if I have a tuple now, tuple might be same, right? Might be same. I haven't checked it might be same because tuple is immutable in nature, right? Immutable data will tend to have its same data. That is what the major difference of it I am believing on it. Oh no, tuple is also not same, right? So okay, tuple is also will be having what different address. I was thinking tuple might be same thing. Okay, tuple is not. Okay. Okay. Whereas tuple also will not work. Set. A is equals to 1 comma 2. I'll tell it. I'm just taking a not some small examples. These things just you need to know about it. That's it. A is equals to, and this is 1 comma 2. Right? I have it this one, and I have it ID of B. What is happening here? It is also different. Set is also having what different. Let me go for the dictionary now. A is equals to, I'll just as 1 colon, I'll just as ONE1. It won't be happen, but still I'm writing it. B is equals to, I'll just as B is equals to. right? I'll just ask ID of A and ID of B, right? ID of A is different, ID of B is different. So only integer and a string. If you have a same data, the ID of address of that one also will be same thing. Okay? This is the conclusion. That is where I am telling you over there responding to the same data. Got the picture clear? Empty set is also not same address. Empty data, right? I'll just tell us A and B L delete is equals to B L delete. Wait a second. If this is same, that would be also same thing. ID of B, no, it is not same. A is equals to set of L delete and B is equals to set of L delete, right? And I'll delete as ID of A and ID of B L delete is not same. Empty list is also not empty. This one also not. Yeah.
Sir, in the dictionary that we have used, we have used the list, no, sir, for four.
Which one, Ra?
In the dictionary
Which
that
one?
we
Which
have
one you
used,
do?
in the dictionary that we have used for four, we used this list now, sir. In that list, we have given some items. So, what if
Where?
we create another key? Not here, sir. In the dictionary example.
This one, right?
Yes, sir.
And the four, yeah.
What if we created a key value of 3,
Uh,
which is 4, 4, no, like if we take inside the list one 4.
okay. For example, you're telling like this. Wait a second, if I'm not wrong. Where it is, where it is, where it is, where it is. I will come here and I'll get us like this. You're telling something like this, right? D equals to. For example, I'll just it as 7 if I tell it, and I'll get us key value 4. This is what you're telling it?
No, sir. For
Hmm?
alphabets. The spelling of 4.
4. Okay. F4UR4 like this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's there in here?
What is now
Address. Or
will be
this
the
one's
address will be
address and
same
this one's
or
address will be same or not? That is what you are asking?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 Might be same, bro. Might be same. Okay. ID it should be same because the data it will check it and it will be having this data itself. How do you go for this one? So it should be a ID
For
of
ID
B of
D of
4 of
4 of
0 1 2
3.
2
Sir, 2.
2 2 2.
Sir.
It is same thing. Okay. It will be a same thing.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. I have other methods how to remove the element and that one get one method, right? I'll do it tomorrow. Or else I miss the dinner. And I want to go for the other session, 9:30. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow at same time, 8 o'clock. Bye bye.